Hello, YouTube! Today, we are continuing the life and suffering of Sir Brante! Hope everyone's having a fantastic week so far. I am doing great. Put on my reading glasses. Although, switch over the audio before I forget this time. I was super out of energy when I left work today, but I don't know why, streaming always re-energizes me. I'm feeling great now that I sat down to stream. We left off with an event. We were 22 years old. We, got a bit of a situation with our profession, don't we? Yeah, we can't afford to make any career, penalties. For a while. We need to get our justice up as well. Our family... So, overall, our occupation stats are in the shitter. And I think we're about a third through this section. So that's a bit of a situation. But House Brante is doing pretty good. I think we only need, 2 more points in both reputation and wealth for that to get checked off, I think. And personal-wise, we only need... Whoa, where is it? Where is it? Am I blind? I'm fucking blind. There it is, Valor. We only need 1 more Valor to max that out. I am so excited to finally max out our violence score. Also, we're 1 point away from a lot of stuff, actually, I just noticed. Diplomacy only needs 1 more point, which, that's major. We really, really, really need that for judging. We are suffering so bad without it. Same with eloquence, but I think that comes up less often. Let's see here. Manipulation, 2 points off. And scheming is only 1 point off, but scheming doesn't come up that much. I think that's mostly for the peasant run. Or Machiavellian stuff. We're only a little Machiavellian. As a treat. Hey, Gran, hope you're having a good night. Because it's a badass game. We're starting a little early because it's a badass game. We're starting with The Vassal and the Lord. Ballad. It is another day at the prefecture. A secretary peeks into your office with a message from the prefect. There is a new case he wishes you to handle. You put away your quill and walk to Sor Alborne's office. To your surprise, he happens to have another visitor already. You do only have 2 events that need Valor at max. Yeah, but I really want the Valor at max, just in case. You never know when we need to fuck a guy up. I crave violence, we know this. We knew since I was a 0-year-old babe that I craved violence. Because I'm just built different. There is a graceful figure sitting across from your immediate superior. None other than Octavia Milanatus. After all the times you have met her in the capital, the 1 time we met her in passing? 2 times, technically? Like, I don't think we ever spoke directly to her. I think she wanted us to dance with her, but then we brushed her off to bro it up with Tommy, and all the other times we saw her from a distance. The only time that she seemed really interested in us was when we won the tourney, but we dedicated that to our dad instead of her, because fuck it. So... we haven't really interacted with her at all. Anyways, especially at the capital. You expected the Archduke's daughter to be brilliantly, lavishly dressed, but her appearance today is modest and formal, with a high-neck dress and a strict bun. However, her demure attire only serves to emphasize her role as a distinguished visitor to the prefecture. You bow to the prefect and the noble Archnean lady. Octavia offers you a curt greeting, then returns the conversation you have interrupted. We didn't interrupt, we were summoned. You called us here, dumb bitch. Well, I mean, our boss called us here, but fuck you. This matter can brook no delay, Baron Alborne. The young judge may well wait outside. Okay. Is she still interested in us at all? Where's the relations? Intrigued. Intrigued, ooh. But she's indifferent, so, She's our romantic option. What are our thoughts on Blue Whammon? I don't know. I have a feeling, well, my initial impression of her without having any context, never actually getting to know her at all, I want to think that she is against her family's villainy, because holy shit, is he in here? Yeah, Archduke Melanitis, like, I don't know if... Yeah, this is her dad. So, we just have to hope that she's fallen farther away from the tree. But also, if she is the romance option and we marry, we have to contend with the fact that our sons may or may not come out with some grandfatherly features. And that's dangerous for us because, you know, our grandfather already beat our ass to death. Well, specifically, he caved her skull in with a cane. So we don't have a great track record with grandfathers. So all in all, this is... If she's our romance option, it's a bit of a situation. I mean, hey, I'll take her way over Sophia. Sophia can just fuck off. I'll take Octavia in a heartbeat over Sophia. But you know, this is an entire situation. Anyways. Nonetheless, Sorrel Barney insists that you come in and take a seat. Worry not, Brante. You aren't interrupting at all because I summoned you to my office. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. She thinks we're cute like a pet. I mean, there's worse fates. Let's be real. It's not great. It's a little demeaning, but you know, there's worse fates. Lady Melanitis, I was scheduled to meet with Sir Brante at this very hour. I regret to inform you that your visit was perhaps somewhat unfortunately timed. Oh. He didn't even... He's just fucking with her. Based. You go, boss. You go. Piss her off. Barney is just fucking with her. I love it. Octavia rises from the soft, high-backed chair. The young Arknian lady now stands tall, elegant, and indignant. You are out of line, Sorrel Borne. Archduke Melanitis has graced you with a representative from his dynasty, and you will listen to what I have to say this instant. The Archduke has expressed concern over your manner of governance at the prefecture. You have always been headstrong and eager to infringe upon the freedoms of your own noble estate. But now it appears you find it acceptable to conduct proceedings against our own loyal subjects. Our dynasty has already seen many loyal nobles of the sword arrested or faced with punishment in court. Where would this lead? Do you mean to enforce her lowly laws against us Arknians? Oh, okay, yeah, she's out. I'll still take her over Sophia, but no. Do not forget that those laws are written to keep low-born humans in check. Our lives have always been governed by noble honor and tradition, as well as the blood tide that is our heritage. Our only justice is the court of honor. The only rule above us is that of our sovereign, the emperor, and the twins. Our only duty is to our kin and our forefathers. Hey, Ace, no worries, I started early. It was either start early or just sit here staring into space. So I started early. Hope you're having a good night. My ancestor Char, the colony dropper himself, granted the boon of nobility to you humans. It would be most unwise to make me regret his decision of old. In the name of Archduke Melanitis, I demand that you end any and all proceedings against our subjects at once. Who am I kidding? Might as well just join the evil bastards. Hey, I'm trying to be a good boy for Borny. I mean, I'm not doing a good job, but... Well, I'm not really trying either, but I want to. Sometimes. When it's convenient. Remember, right now, she's acting as her father's mouthpiece. Phrasing. I kind of was wondering if she's just putting on an act because she has to, but yeah. Watch Cliffhanger? I'm not familiar with that. Is that a show or a movie? Sora Borne acknowledges Lady Octavia's vehement speech with a calm smile and nothing else. He shows no trepidation, no tremor nor fear, even though the lady across from him represents one of the Empire's mightiest dynasties. Lady Melanitis. The twins have graced the blessed Arachnean lineage with the boon of long life, yet the world can be quick to change at times. The laws of the Empire now govern the nobles of the mantle, and even the nobles of the sword, along with the common estate. This particular change is not as recent as it might seem. The laws of the Empire are the decrees of the Emperor himself, the twins' chosen supreme sovereign. His laws are his will, which is, as you said yourself, the only rule above us. And that means all of us, from a highborn Arachnean to the lowliest commoner. Oh, a Stallone movie. Cool. I haven't seen too many of them. Presently, the Emperor's representative in our province is Overseer Gaius Tempest. Like this prefecture in its entirety, I am simply obeying the Overseer's will and the laws of the Empire. Then pray tell me, Baron O'Borny, who is your sovereign and protector? He is none other than my father, Archduke Melanitis. You swore him an oath of fealty and vassalage. It is your duty to follow his word and will, or do you wish for the Archduke himself to address you directly? I tell you, cease this harassment of our loyal noble subjects at once. I will not leave until this order is carried out. Well, that dumb bitch is about to start having to pay rent. Why, Lady Melanitis? I'm afraid this is quite impossible. As a servant of the Empire and Imperial Overseer Gaius Tempest, it is my duty to enforce the law. Now, if you'll excuse me, so Brante and I have urgent matters to discuss. And I need a throat lozenge. The gaze of the Archduke's daughters locked with the prefects in a silent struggle. Each expects the other to back down first. But then Octavia suddenly turns toward you. But I believe the young judge has more in him than blind obedience. Surely you're able to distinguish a rightful claimant from a threat to the province, are you not? What? What? Huh? Oh, diffuse. Thank God. Silence resounds within the prefect's office. They are both waiting for you to speak. Obs, we want to support our boy. Ooh, that's a Gaius point too. Interesting. I didn't expect that. Okay, that's about what I figured. Yeah. Side of Octavia is a -1 justice. We can't do that. That's not even an option here, man. What's the deal with this ruling? I don't know. We just walked in. Our boss was having a meeting with Octavia and called us in just to fuck with her, pretending that he had a meeting with us, and we don't. So we just walked in blind. We're figuring it out as we go, man. So assist the prefect in deflecting their demands, which is, it's okay, but we have a better option. Side with Octavia to assert the right of the Archduke's daughter to defend her noble subjects, which we can't do because we can't take that justice hit. Also, we're getting low on boss points. Or Octavia knows who you are, and this gives you an opportunity to defuse the dispute and keep the prefect safe from her ire, which will give us a Borny point at the cost of 5 willpower, which I'm happy to spend 5 willpower, because I'll get us back to 20 instead of the awkward 25. So that's a win-win. Oh, thank God. We almost got locked out of this because that fucking diplomacy stat is at 12 instead of 13, but we won the tourney. So we got it. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna defuse the situation for the free boss point. You have Lady Octavia's attention now. She may not have shown it to Sora Borny's presence, but she remembers you from the capital quite well. Why? Did we make that much of an impression? I mean, we rocked the hell out of the tournament, but that's all. She didn't notice us at all beforehand. Skillfully, you take advantage of this connection to reduce the tension. You start by reaffirming her position. Truly, the Archduke has every right to look after his noble subjects. You would never expect an ancient dynasty to abandon loyal nobles to their fate. Having said that, you shower the Archduke and his noble dynasty with praise, including his brilliant progeny who has deigned to grace the prefect's office with a visit. You casually mention your encounter with Lady Octavia at the fencing tournament in Eterna. We didn't really have an encounter there, because we dedicated the tournament to our dad. Because we said, nah, fuck it. Have to admit, Brante, Okay, ma'am. For a human, you fought valiantly indeed. I've witnessed some of the best Arcanian sword masters at work, and yet your fighting piqued my curiosity. Hey, babe. We're only one more point from even killing those sword masters for you. God, I crave violence in this game. I want the violence. There is a look of relief on Sir Elborny's face as he watches you converse. Still, you return to Octavia's demands. After all, she did not come here for small talk. The Archduke's words carry great weight, but sadly, Sir Elborny has no power to decide the matter. After all, he is but a humble servant of the Emperor. Perhaps it would be more prudent to take this matter to the Emperor's overseer, Gaius Tempest, who is also an Arcanian of noble lineage. Oh yeah, she did tie the ribbon on her saber. I completely forgot about that. I blanked out that she was the one who gave us that. I just thought we got a sword with it. Just like a moment ago, Octavia winces at the mention of Gaius Tempest. The Emperor's brother took away her noble family's right to represent imperial authority in the province of Magra. Still, the Arcanian lady considers her words well before speaking again. Got a bit of a gift to gab. To a certain extent, you are right, Power Lines Brante. That's me. I cannot help but admit it. We Arcanians ought to avoid involving humans in matters of supreme authority. It is still my wish and intention that Sora Borny present us with an answer, but if we absolutely must learn the will of Gaius Tempest beforehand, then so be it. But do not tarry too long with the answer, or you risk angering my father. My father. Yeah, I won the tournament. I kicked the shit out of it. Wasn't even a challenge. Octavia rises. I can't talk right tonight. Octavia rises elegantly from her seat. Before she leaves the prefect's office, her eyes rest on you for a moment. She bats her eyes charmingly and dresses you with a gentle smile, and then she is gone. Yeah, that didn't mean anything, so I didn't get any more points with her. Elborny pats you on the shoulder, content with the outcome of the interview. We got boss points. Unbelievable! I never expected you to be acquainted with Octavia Melanitis. My thanks, Brante. You bought me some time. If you had to intervene just now, I'd have had to defy the law and end all cases against nobles who serve the Archduke. We'll see what the Overseer says about this now. Archduke Melanitis is testing the prefecture with his daughter. Otherwise, he'd have asked me to visit his palace personally. He's showing caution, which means we still stand strong. At least for now. We will continue our service to the law without regard for the outmoded ways of the past. Jesus, yeah, I think it's too late. I mean, let's be real. Where is she? There she is. She's still indifferent. She was just putting on a face. But I digress. This is high politics, and the prefecture still has plenty of cases to resolve. Let's get back to work, shall we? With that, El Borny hands you a new case file. You thank the Baron and head back to your office to study it properly. Excuse me. It's time to get back to work. Hell yeah. Alright, we got a brownie point. And I'm happy to get down to 20. Because I hate being at 25 willpower. Passion. The repercussions of your most recent encounter with Archduke's daughter, Octavia, soon manifest themselves. A letter bearing the seal of the great dynasty of Melanitis, which is a squiggly squiggle with some squaggles and zigs and zags. It's a cool seal, man. It's very, very abstract. Arrives the next day. Inside the envelope, you find an invitation to Castle. Everything about the Melanitis family is so on the nose. Serpent Verda. Hey, you guys want to go to the Green Serpent Castle? I wonder if there's going to be any snakes there. The Archduke's residence. Oh boy, we get to meet the villains in person. Yay! Visiting the Archduke of Magra himself is a great honor. To decline such an invitation would be an insult of a colossal magnitude. You immediately purchase a new doublet in the latest fashion. Ask father to lend you a precious family brooch. It depicts the Brante family crest, and the leaves on the oak branch are made of tiny emeralds. Octavia should find it to her liking. Okay, let's get it over with. Your family can't help but notice your preparations. Mother watches nervously as you make sure everything is ready for your journey. Ma. This odd invitation has me worried, my son. Be careful in the Archduke's castle. You're still of low-born origin. Arcane intention spells danger to the likes of us every time. Remember not to displease them, or the Melanitis. Huh. I don't know, but I think Melanitis would be if it was an object, but Melanitis is probably correct for people. I'm making that up, but that sounds right to me. Excuse me while I Porky the Pig out. Melanitis will grind our family into dust. Why can't we get a high five from Stefan on our way out the door? Because this is totally up his route. Like, in fact, why don't we bring Stefan with us? We could use a wingman. A wing bro. Come early morning, the carriage takes you away from the border walls of Anizote. It takes you a full day to reach Serpenveda, along with the dusty, sun-scorched high road. While on the road, you read notes on Arcanian traditions and rules of etiquette again and again. To preserve your family's honor, you must make the best possible impression. The provincial powers that be will be watching your every step. And so will Octavia, with her cunning grin. Only as the sun is about to set do you manage to spot the dark, colossal shape of Castle Serpenveda. A towering fortification of jet black stone spread across a peak, looming over the bed of a long, gone river. The carriage climbs the narrow, serpentine road to the castle gate. Soldiers of the Archduke's Guard approach you, and you present them with the invitation. The guards eye you with suspicion, but give the signal to open the gate. Mom's a bitch no matter what route you're on a bit. I mean, well, okay, being fair, she's not a bitch, she's just smothering. She's only a bitch when going through postpartum depression. You are now inside the walls of the Archduke's castle. He had expected to see many carriages of other guests beyond the gate, but the courtyard is strangely empty. The guards show you to a servant who guides you to a room reserved for guests and leaves you there to wait. This is starting to sound like a trap. Suddenly, I'm very happy we have a Valor of 19. The servant soon returns, and you follow him through the dimly lit corridors of Sapinveda, lavishly adorned with silver, emeralds, and weapons of war. Ooh, violence. The castle is silent. There's no noise, no music. It seems completely uninhabited. The sound of your footsteps is smothered by the soft velvet beneath your feet. The servant stops in front of a pair of massive doors made of black wood. This is your destination. He gestures silently. You enter an enormous room, its walls covered in portraits and ancestral relics. In the very center of the room is a towering throne carved of black wood. Upon the throne, you see the delicate silhouette of Octavia Melanitis, clad in a black velvet dress embroidered in silver. With a commanding gesture, the Arcanian lady bids you approach. Is she supposed to be sitting on the throne? Isn't that her dad's chair? Is that an illegal? What's the word I'm looking for? Treason. Is that a treason? You're here at last. Bitch, you made me wait. Are you surprised, Powerlines? It's me. How odd. You didn't think my father would actually summon you to an Arcanian castle, did you? Or are you truly that naive? How sweet of you. No, it was I who summoned you here. No shit. No shit. You are alone in the castle. No, we're not. She's here with us. We're not alone. There's two people. You can't be alone with two people. Portraits cover the walls. Portraits of Arcanians with dark eyes and jet black hair. They all resemble birds of prey, and their eyes seem to watch you with contempt that makes you uneasy. So the Melanitis family has a chronic and hereditary RBF. Got it. Allow me to introduce you to my family. Family, this is a human by the names of Brante. What do you think of him, father? She casts a defiant glance at the portrait of Archduke Melanitis. Then she removes a glove from her hand and casts it as well. It hits the great Archduke right on the nose. Octavia laughs at that, and the tall walls and innumerable portraits echo her voice. Baffled, you ask Lady Melanitis why she has summoned you. This is getting weird. This is getting real weird. I kind of don't know what to expect. Because you have caught my attention. I noticed you even when you were so much younger than you are now. And then I started seeing you again and again. Wait. Does she know that we sold her hanky? Yeah, what's happening? I don't know, Ace. I'm getting confused too. I feel like I need an adult in this room now. And then I started seeing you again and again. I've caught myself thinking about you quite often. And so I've decided that I wish to possess you. Huh? Oh? Okay. Weird? This is getting weird. It went from weird to very weird. She's interested in humans because it pisses off Daddy. Yeah, that tracks. You will become my companion. Other humans will envy you, but no one will dare to cross you. My name will open any door you like. In return, you will satisfy my every whim, and I will do with you as I please. Huh. This deal is getting worse and worse all the time, man. Octavia rises from the throne, the hem of her dress lifting up to reveal her elegant, slender leg. Ooh. You know the history of this throne, yes? My ancestor Char the colony dropper used to sit here during the rebellion of Magra. Can you imagine that? Char the colony dropper made decisions that transformed the entire empire, all from this very seat. And now it's gathering dust in this vainglorious art gallery of my father's. Now come to me, human. I don't know. Why are all the romance options fucking bitches? Can't I just have a nice girl who's not gonna try and impress me with her girl bossitude? Can't we just have a nice conversation? This is why I keep going for the bro and dad options. All the women in this game suck. Look, I like girl bosses. Like, clearly, because I like the muscle mommy engineer and Gundog. I also like girl bosses that are fair. Octavia waits for you to do her bidding. One does not argue with an Archnean. Since the dawn of the Empire, they have taken whatever they wanted. If you refuse Octavia, daughter to the Archduke of Magra, you will insult her greatly. If you submit to this Archnean woman, if you become her plaything, everyone will know you are in the good graces of Lady Melanitis herself. As a human, what more could you possibly dream of? You recall your chance encounters with her, from the days of your youth to more recent times. What are your feelings for this exceptional Archnean lady, and what does she truly want from you? If you are willing to enter into a perilous romance with Octavia, perhaps you could do it on your own terms, returning her affections while keeping your honor. Would she defy all the traditions of old for you and recognize you as her equal, even if only in secret? Probably not. Sophie's not a girl boss, she's just a bitch. There's a big difference. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I haven't decided yet, but that's interesting. Octavia arches her back on her father's throne and waits for you, her slender hand beckoning you closer. Yeah, this does seem really dangerous. Like, I assume we're gonna have some pretty hairy encounters with her dad and family because of this. Submit to her for reputation +1. She becomes our patron and only +1 Octavia point. That's a good reputation bonus, though. I mean, that only puts us 1 more point away from our goal. You will do all as Octavia wishes in return for her favor. That's honestly, considering the goals of this chapter, that's not the worst deal in the world. With a huge asterisk. And it's a big hairy asterisk. However, this costs 5 willpower. We can tank that. But it becomes an actual relationship with +2 relationship points. But you agree to be Octavia's lover only if she sees you as an equal. But this means that she's not our patron. Because, yeah. Well, maybe grown close includes her patronage? It's not clear. Or reject her for scorned. So this is the nuclear option. For another run. Which I imagine it will be very funny. Honestly, I could see me taking this option now, but we're actually in a really tight spot here with our career being how it is. There are other patrons. Gaius Tempest is the only other one I can think of, and we haven't encountered him yet. However, It's possible that this doesn't preclude other patrons because we've grown close and have an actual relationship, not... I don't know, it's unclear. This is a tough one. Because I really want that reputation for the family as well. I'm leaning towards insist on being treated as equal. Yeah. I'm not feeling the simp route right now. I'm not feeling the simp route. I can see another run where I'm all in on the nepotism and being a bad noble and then simping for her. Like, just being a complete tool for the system. So that's the submit run, is being a tool for the system. But I think this run is insisting on being treated as equal. Because also, let's be real. Oh, you can have every patient at the same time? Oh, fuck yeah. Let's be real here. This is probably the best romance option we're going to get. At least on this run. Because what else do we have? Sophia? Like, fuck that. Like, yeah, no. Octavia, I'll go with the blueberry smurf lady anytime over Sophia. Like, yeah. Okay, I'm going to insist on being treated as her equal. To enter our actual relationship, we're not going to get the reputation, but I think this will also open opportunities to get more reputation as well. So we're going to go with this. Because this actually knocks out a couple of birds with one stone. You give Octavia your answer, looking her straight in the eye. You have been in love with her since her... We're opening up with a bold-faced lie, boys. You have been in love with her ever since you were young, enchanted by her beauty and grace. Every chance encounter, a treasured memory. And you know that this feeling is mutual. To you, there's no greater honor than Lady Octavia's affection. But you cannot sacrifice your honor as a nobleman for the sake of this love. You do not mean this as an insult. On the contrary, Lady Melanice is far superior to you, it is true. Yet you, too, are of the noble estate, and you cannot accept the humiliation, even if you must face the full extent of the Melanitis ire. You will reciprocate Octavia's affection, not as an obedient plaything, but as a man and a noble. Yeah, I'm a great liar. Your impassioned lie ends, and you steel yourself to face her wrath. But to your surprise, Octavia seems lost in thought, her eyes downcast. She wasn't expecting this. We got her. Lady and gentlemen, we got her. Nobody denies me. I'm not used to this. You are a remarkable human indeed. Power Lines Brante, that's me. I have noticed this ever since we first met and you stole my hanky. Your words echo in my heart. You do not follow the usual rules. Any other man would have been groveling at my feet by now. Perhaps you can be my escape from this stifling, sickening world. I hope this leads to an awkward family dinner at home where she just shows up and everyone is freaking out around us. So be it! I choose a human as my lover, and I care little for what the aristocracy of this twins-forsaken province has to say about it. I'll take this as far as I like. But you will be safer if our affair remains a secret to the world. Now come to me, my sweet human. When he sold my hanky to some pervert, I knew you were the one, yeah. You draw close. I wonder if there's an option if you kept the hanky all those years ago to, like, say that and accidentally be a weird creep about it. You draw closer to Octavia on the throne. She reaches out for your face, caressing it gently and carefully, as though touching a human for the first time. A moment passes and suddenly her arms wrap around your neck and her legs lock around your torso. Jesus. Arcanians move fast. Her legs lock around your torso and she pulls you closer with all her might. You do not resist the Arcanian's assault. Her embrace leads you to the throne. Jesus Christ, woman. She is thirsty. She is down bad. So, how do you like the seat of the great Char Melanitis? Just a piece of wood, don't you agree? Uncomfortable, too. But luckily, it's spacious enough for the two of us. Octavia's ravenous lips find yours as her hands free you from your fashionable attire. Your entire body shivering with excitement, you caress her skin, tender and azure. You commit her to memory, studying her, trying to understand her. Octavia's eyes are dark as the starless sky, sparkling with delight from your sweet transgression. But why does she seek this pleasure with you? Why would she humiliate her ancestors or very dynasty by having an affair with a human? She has daddy issues? Seeing you preoccupied, Octavia gently pulls your head up by the chin. She kisses you passionately, and her lips start moving down. Jesus. Your half-naked body. Jesus, she moves fast. Her inhuman passion swallows you in phrasing. It overtakes you until the vast throne room of the Melanitis dynasty echoes with the last of her ecstatic moans. Okay, I get it now. I see why Stefan didn't high-five us on the way out the door, because he's going to be there to high-five us when we get home. Got it. Then there's silence, save for the sound of our heavy breathing. Octavia caresses your back slowly, then playfully pushes you off the throne. The Arcanians watch you from the portraits, their faces as dispassionate as ever. Octavia returns to you at dawn, now wearing a modest black dress, her hair in a formal bun. It is time for you to leave Powerlines. The Archduke will return to the castle soon. I will visit Anazote now and again. Several estates there belong to me. We will meet there, safe from prying eyes. Yeah, she's charming the snake. You leave Seppenverda with your head spinning and your heart racing. The day it takes to return to Anazote passes like a single moment. When your family asks about your visit to the Archduke, you evade the question, except for high-fiving brother. We got something. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got something. From that day forth, your heart aches sweetly, yearning for Octavia's letters. And when it is time for a brief tryst, the two of you disappear to one of her estates and give in to your secret passion. There are days when your love and your lover seem but an illusion, something gone forever. But soon another note arrives and the affair continues, only to be cut short again for an unknown time. You have stolen the heart of the most beautiful and highborn Arcanian lady of Magra. Only one nagging thought casts a shadow on your love. What will be the price for this insolence? A wrist-shattering high five from our bros, Stefan and Tommy. You know what? If we went to the family tomb, I think even our granddad might high-five us for this one. You have started an affair with the daughter of the Archduke Melanitis. Brothers in misery. Your home has been much more peaceful for the last year. The fights between Stefan and Gloria are not as fierce now. But how long will this last? Your job takes up all your time. You see your parents and siblings less and less often. Sometimes you don't even know what they are doing while you deal with a constant stream of duties. This morning, you head out on urgent business. You take one step out the gate and run into a uniformed gendarme. Power Lions Brante, your presence is requested at the prefecture dungeon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Taken aback, we ask what this is about. What? We have your brothers, Stefan and Nathan Brante, in a cell. They were arrested last night at the Steiner's Inn. They asked us to send for you. What the fuck did they do? What happened? The cells in the prefecture dungeon are cold and damp. Excuse me. The guards leads you to the bars, and behind them, you see Nate huddled in the corner. Your younger brother's he's always unshaven. More disheveled than usual, that's impressive, and reeking of wine and filth, that's his usual as well. Near the cell, you see Stefan grimly sitting in a chair. He guessed that the Hindarmies thought it best not to put him in the same cell as his low-born brother. Upon seeing you, Nate lets out a whimper, and Stefan cracks a bitter smile. The sheath on your brother's belt is empty. Huh. There you are at last, Paralynes. That's me. Have a look at our younger brother. Yesterday he got drunk in the company of some dubious fellows. They are commoners, yet they dared to surrender to pleasure. They started a brawl, wrecked the inn, and harassed the waitresses. As soon as I heard, I rushed to save this drunkard from shame. Based. Good call. Good call. Nate cowers into the corner, horror-struck. I walked in and demanded that Nate come with me, but his cronies wouldn't let him go. That's not true! You just grabbed me by the collar and dragged me after you! You nearly suffocated me! Shut up, Nate. This isn't about you. Shut your mouth, Kerr! So, brother, they seem to have some sort of sect. They all shouted defamations against the twin gods, and one of them grabbed me by the arm. I was forced to skewer this heretic with my sword. I hope for a lesser death would teach him never lay his filthy paws on a nobleman. Oh. Those are one of our people. I mean, they aren't our people, but, you know. Yeah. He was just trying to talk to you, Stefan. Silence! Then the Hindarmies barged in, and here we are. I have been accused of an unlawful murder. Apparently the new laws allow for killing a commoner only if he attacks first or wields a weapon. They say that in the event of an insult, I'm supposed to file a complaint with the prefecture. So now they're going to seize my soul for a whole year. What a shame. That's all your fault, Nathan. Stefan gives the bars a furious kick. Nate cowers his face with his hands in despair. Power Lines, that's me. Brother, you are our only hope. Get me my sword back and get us out of here. Oh, shit. All those are locked. Fast. We have to bury this sordid affair as deep as we can before anyone finds out. Save our family from shame. Oh, boy. Yeah, our career's not great. It's pretty bad, actually. We can't take this. Use your position as judge to free Stefan and Nathan. We can't do that, bro. Ooh, boy. This is gonna be a rough one. Take them to the Inquisition. You arrange for the case to be entrusted to you as an inquisitor and free your brothers. Oh, interesting. So that's another... Interesting. Interesting. Okay, that's very cool. I had half a mind way back when to actually go the priest route, honestly. Because that route just seems cool. Because all the religion in this game. Or blackmail the judge. Spy network. Ooh. Oh, that's the other path. Interesting. Huh. You find a document compromising the judge assigned to this case. He will free your brothers. Okay. That's cool. These are all cool options. Can't do any of them. Ask Dad. You persuaded the head of the family to use his power as judge to free Stefan and Nate. Ooh. Oh boy. Refuse to help. Huge hit to everything. That's a +5 willpower. Man. This one is rough all over, isn't it? There's no W's out of this situation. not a single W to be found here. I don't like taking that unity hit because that's going to put us back below the breakpoint. But I don't think we have a real option here. Because the other option is to just, I assume, break our chances to become El Brante. So we don't have the reputation to float that hit, I don't think. That's going to put us back at square one almost. Yeah, this is it. This is our only real option here. We gotta run crying to dad because his son's done fucked up. It's about all we can do, man. It's -1 for both. Yeah, it's -1 for both on this one. Yeah. We get a manipulation. I don't think that's at a breakpoint though. Yeah, it'll put me close to a breakpoint, but manipulation hasn't been important to us much. Yeah, it's our only option. All these options are L's, honestly. This is the smallest L we can take. You tell Stefan that the only way to get them out of this mess is with Father's help. No, power lines. Father must not know about this. If he gets involved, we won't be able to avoid dishonoring the family. Brother, that ship sailed. You coldly reply that after this incident, disgrace is inevitable. All that remains is to try and minimize the damage. Leaving your brothers, you go upstairs to your father's office. What happened, power lines? Hey. Hey! I didn't do it for once, okay? Why do I have to lose dad points? I didn't do anything for once. Look, every other time in my life, I will fully admit I did something. Like, for God's sake, Granddad caved my skull in with his cane. This is the one time I didn't do it, and I'm losing a dad point for it. God damn it. You give Father an account of the incident. He becomes more and more grim with every word you utter. Is this why I earned the judge's mantle? To get my own sons out of prison. I would have expected something like this from Nate, but Stefan, I want not to demean myself so they can avoid their punishment. You argue that in this case, the damage to your family's reputation will be far greater. Stefan will be publicly deprived of his sword, and Nate will be sentenced to hard labor on the streets. I hate to admit it, but you're right, son. I'll have to swallow my pride and plead their case to the prefect. Stefan is his nephew, after all. Dad is ashamed of his children in general, yes. I mean, currently we're his only good son, honestly. But even then, we're barely holding on, man. It's rough out here. It's rough in Anazodia. Everyone's struggling. Excuse me. Father gets an audience with, well, our superior, not just his. Elborny. He returns downhearted, but holding the prefect's order. Together you walk down to the dungeon and present the order to the Gendarmes. Stefan Brante's sword is to be returned at once. He has not broken the law and must be freed. As for Nate, you'll personally cover the damages the inn has sustained. There is no reason to keep a son of a noble family behind bars. Yeah, yeah, time to start licking the boots, yeah. Seeing the prefect's seal, the gendarme nods obediently and returns Stefan's sword. Father, I knew you'd come to the rescue. I haven't really done anything shameful. Bro, take it down a notch. We will discuss this at home. You know, suddenly I'm feeling better about us not backing up bro in the vigil at the crypt that one time. Reaffirming that dad is still the dad of the family. Stefan sheathes his sword reverently as Nate is led out of the cell. The other brother takes the younger by the scruff of his neck, excuse me, and pulls him to the door. Nate staggers and shuffles along limply. Corinthian leather. Ooh. The prefecture is highly displeased with the indiscreet nepotism your father took advantage of. Unsavory rumors about the Brante family creep through Anizote. Back home, father lectures Stefan. Your other brother objects and blames Nathan for everything. From now on, there'll be no more drinking bouts or other nocturnal exploits, Nathan. Who are those rogues you befriended anyway? Stop shaming this family! If you're so worthless, at least let others go about their business in peace. Do you understand, you blockhead? Brother. Nate remains silent, staring despondently somewhere above him. Is he okay? Is Nate ODing right now? I don't think Nate can even hear Stefan. What the hell is wrong with Nate? Jesus Christ. Why can't Nate get his shit together for one day? He's like 18 years old. Look at him. He's 18 years old. How does Nathan look like this? Jesus Christ. I know we told Nate that God doesn't love him, but holy hell. Okay, when I say it out loud, it's kind of bad. But, and I know Mom shaked him a lot as a baby, but... Okay. Alright. It's the smallest L we could take. That was the situation. The case of Father Mark. Nate needs Jesus, but I told him Jesus hates him, so Nate's kind of shit out of luck. Whoops! Your most recent year of service at the prefecture has seen an increase in litigation on crimes against the church. More and more people are joining the ranks of the new faith in Anizote. The movement began with destitute beggars who had nothing to lose. Which is odd because that wasn't how it seemed when the guy got martyred, but but for years now, many well-off commoners and new nobles have been joining the fold. People say the leader of the new faith in Anizote is Father Lenart, the abbot of the temple at the Silver Tree. The city's leaders would love to expel him, but he is too highly regarded by the common folk. To be fair, when we told him God doesn't love him, we were gonna overthrow society. In my defense, Sophia was a huge bitch. That's all I got. In my defense, Sophia was a bitch, so I stopped wanting to overthrow society. Complaints and cases of defiance of one's lot keep pouring in. God, pollen is just killing me. It's stuffing my nose up. Every day, somebody is reported by neighbors for heresy. Many commoners, adherents of the old faith, fear that such flagrant defiance of the lot will usher in the prophesied wrath of the gods. However, you and the other judges have no choice but to reject most of these cases. As a secular institution, the prefecture has... No, we're not. We got the god tree right there. We're not secular. Also, yeah, poetry is lame. I can't be tricked into watching Joker 2. That movie didn't exist. Thank God there's not a sequel to the Joker. However, you and the other judges have no choice to reject because we're supposedly secular. The prefecture has no authority when it comes to crimes against faith. Unless it involves a witch, and then we refer them to the Inquisition. Only the Church and the Inquisition have any say here. Excuse me. Just trying to clear the pollen out of my nose. In the middle of another busy day at the prefecture office, the door suddenly swings open. A tall gendarme wearing an officer's uniform walks in. He takes off his helmet, adjusts his short, fair hair, and bows to you hastily. Captain Lenaud reporting, Your Honor. My boy has finally caught Father Mark, the dreaded apostate heretic. The prefect told us to take him to you for judgment. You, bring him in! Oh shit. Oh shit. This is not gonna end well. We still don't have diplomacy! We haven't had any chances for stat increases! We're getting fucked! 2 gendarmes bringing a short, stout... Who let hobbits join the clergy? Short, stout man wearing a worn, dirty priest cassock. Priests wear the sacred symbol of the twins, a cross within a circle. But this man does not. Forced to sit before you, this odd-looking hobbit is nonetheless strangely undisturbed by his arrest. His eyes, curious and glimmering with life, study you intently. This is him, Father Mark in the flesh. We caught him trying to preach that teaching of his, smack in the middle of a drinking hole for lowborn in the Grey District. Some guy took offense and called for the gendarmes. We got there right away. Who the... Am I supposed to know who this is? Father Mark! You've heard the name ever since we were a child, or so I've been told. His cult of rejection of the twins has expanded tenfold over the past several years, with nobles, commoners, and even other priests joining his flock. The Inquisition has hunted his heretical apostate for years, but Father Mark has always eluded capture, until now. Some say he has powerful protectors. I mean... I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. If this is actual rejection and not bootlicking the new faith. Here are statements from people at the establishment, Your Honor. You flip through the pages of handwritten statements. Father Mark isn't just preaching. He is openly defying not only the lots, but even the twins themselves. Father Mark teaches that the gods have neither design nor purpose for us, so we are under no obligation to serve them or prepare our souls for the hereafter. Oh. Interesting. God help us if I can't not lose career points here. Now this chapter is full of tough decisions. You put the papers away, ready to question the profane priest. What was the subject of his sermons? What was he trying to convince his listeners to do? Father Mark prefaces his answer with a dazzling smile for a hobbit. He is a very charming hobbit. As a judge, it is your duty to enforce secular law. You know as well as I do that I have broken no such law. I am a priest, my friend, and here in the Empire, priests are allowed to preach. I was preaching the proper way to live one worldly life, for this is the only existence we have. I told my listeners not to waste their lives serving those gods. The twins surely love us, but alas, their love violates us as much as their law. This entire world is proof of that. True. True. I see my words upset you. Not for the reasons you're thinking, but I'm afraid you can't judge me guilty for that. Here's why. You see, mine is the priestly lot. If the judgment of the church is to be trusted, which means that only the Inquisition Tribunal may find me guilty. So you could hand me over those black-clad thugs, but alas, you'll get absolutely nothing in return. The Inquisition wants to light their pyres in every corner of Anazote, and all they need for that is me. As soon as they get me, the Inquisitors will tell the Prefecture to step aside and start enforcing the law themselves. Is that what you want, my friend? That's not really tracking, but okay. So what are you going to do with me? Well, let's think about it. As a secular judge, you can't judge me guilty, but giving me to the Inquisition will weaken the Prefecture. And so, my friend, everybody will be better off if you just set me free. Trust no philosopher. Never trust no philosopher. It's better for me, better for your prefect, and better for you as well. Surprisingly, the gendarme captain smiles knowingly at these words. He leans over and whispers a few words into your ear. You can't help but notice the scars all over his neck. Yeah, what? Wait, what? Excuse me? I say the old heretic's right, Your Honor. If he's still got the priestly lot, he is the Inquisition's problem. It's too dangerous for the Prefecture to meddle in churchly affairs. And, strictly between you and me, if the reports I'm getting are to be trusted, this here Mark's been rubbing elbows with Patriarch Cassius himself. Letting him go might get us on his good side, since our Patriarch's a very wealthy man. Interesting. Uh-huh. Oh, God. Well, here we are, with another false girl boss to bitch at us. Uh-huh. You know what? We already found the one girl boss who lets us be equals. So objectively, Octavia is superior to all the other romance options, because we can actually be... She actually will accept us as an equal. Not like all the other romance options. Dude, nuns? Nuns are great. I mean, not in real life, but... Anime nuns gotta be one of my most favorite genders. Love it. But suddenly the captain's voice trails off as the door to your office opens without warning. There is a young woman at the door, clothed in a black cassock bearing the telltale silver seal of the Inquisition. I am Sister Gianni. Yanni! I'm Sister Yanni, Your Honor. I serve the Order of the Inquisition. That stern face, those piercing brown eyes, they seem somehow familiar. Of course, this is the young acolyte girl from the Temple of the Silver Tree, the one you saw during that school visit. She is an Inquisitor now. We got a weirdly good memory, apparently, because I don't remember that shit. Your man did well to track down and arrest Father Mark. Splendid. We've been hunting this false preacher for a long time. As I'm sure you know, priests may not be judged by secular laws, Your Honor. Mark has denigrated the twins and called for the people to reject them. He has broken his sacred vows and defied his lot. He will face the tribunal of the Inquisition for his transgressions. So the plan is that we're going to charge him for a false thing that he didn't do. But that way we can charge him with something that we can judge on. I'm already seeing where this is going. Look, I can slip and slide with the best of them. I get it. The man before you is a great threat to the people of Anizote. Judge Brante. Oh, that's us. Took me a second. I forgot we were a judge for a second. His words lead people astray. His speeches doom them to eternal suffering. Shut up, bitch. Look, I'll be real. I saw the last sentence. I just said, shut up, bitch, and skipped it. Where was I? His speeches doom them. You will hand Father Mark over to me at once. No. Sister Jean remains in the doorway, wordlessly refusing to leave the prefecture without the captured heretic. The gendarmes and the captain stand still, awaiting your orders. Father Mark is lounging in the chair, enjoying himself and eyeing you curiously, waiting for your decision on this contentious situation. What is this? We can't do it, but... You insist on participating in Father Mark's trial. As a judge, you have something to say in this litigation, and the Inquisition must take it into account. Huh. That's interesting. That's cool. I think that's the first bone they've really thrown for the judge path, if you have a good theology score. That's cool. Set him free. Father Mark has not violated imperial law. If the Inquisition wants him so bad, they catch him on their own. We have a pretty good scheming. Ooh. +2 wealth. That ain't bad. Oh, career -1. Whoops! Can't do that. Or can we? Hand him over to the Inquisition for -1 justice. Nah. Or judge him! We only have nuclear options here, sir. Imperial law exists for all states, so you will find a way to judge Father Mark guilty in the secular court. Huh. If my career goes to 0, is that a game over? Will that be a mark of shame on the family? That could be a mark of shame. Because that's one of the things that is an event that can happen. I'm having intrusive thoughts that tell me to go the nuclear option and take our career to 0 points. But this game doesn't have save slots for saves coming. I have to restart the entire damn chapter. This is a long chapter. It would finally get our diplomacy up. Yeah, 0 is career in ruins. My biggest worry is that's gonna railroad us off the El Brante path by putting a mark of shame on the family for good. It's a rep hit. That's rough. Because our rep is already dropped a little. This is rough all over. Can't do that. Diplomacy up is real nice, because that would finally get us over that goddamn break point. But what's our family's reputation at now? 5. I'm gonna guess that our career going into ruins would go at least -2, if not give us that mark of shame. I think the mark of shame is too risky. I don't think we can do it. I think the only real option for me is... That actually is kind of a nice option. That's good. That's the one that gives you a +1 career. Unfortunately, handing him over to the Inquisition seems to be the only real option we can do here. Because I'm not feeling risky enough to go for 0 career. Yeah. I don't like it, but this is our only real option. We can't go any other way. I'm fine with the minus justice, because we can at least, like, it's not at 1. There's an event that gives -10 rep? Holy shit. Yeah. That's rough. Yeah, that's what you do if, like, you're going the guillotine route still, I guess. Yeah, we have to hand him over. There's nothing we can do about it. You'd think with all of these stats that are pretty high, I'd be able to slip and slide and do something, or bust some willpower out, but no. Whatever. We had a long day. Our brain was dry. For a while, you consider options. Then you get up from your chair and give the Gendarmes a sign. They obediently lead him to Sister Yanni. She allows herself the luxury of a brief smile. Thank you for being so sensible, Your Honor. I knew you had great potential ever since we met. Rest assured, Father Mark will never break another law, whether sacred or secular. Now his sycophants will be able to hide from us no longer, thanks to you. There's an event that's -40 will? Jesus Christ. If you ask me, it's all thanks to you, Your Honor. Not that there's any difference. If you think about it, you're just a puppet of the alien will of the gods, same as the rest of us. I don't like this, because it seems like he's also the path of the shadow religion, which is a bummer. Because I'm super against the false gods, too. Yeah, I don't like this, but it's really the only option we can go without ruining our entire run. The Gendarmes unceremoniously stuff a gag in Father Mark's mouth to protect you from his heretical notions. Sister Yanni takes the apostate away to the dungeons of the Inquisition for his long overdue punishment. Oh, it doesn't say Father Mark true death. That's true. Huh. Oh, well, there he goes. You soon receive new reports. Interrogation and torture yielded the Inquisition the names of several of Father Mark's followers, all of whom were caught quickly. The pyres light up in the streets of Anazote. Imperial law has no power here, for judging heretics is the domain of the Inquisition. I guess he might still be alive, but yeah. Hopefully Nate didn't get caught up in that. I'll figure out the shadow path later, because I'm going to do a million other runs on this off stream after I finish this first one. As the false prophet teaches, it's all bullshit, man. It's whatever. But that's just your opinion, man. The prefecture's duty is to enforce the law upon the earth. The laws of the heaven are beyond the scope of your authority. And so you say a prayer to the younger twin, the false god. You are filled with the power of the law you serve, so intense it is overwhelming. The law is one of the three manifestations of the twins. The law is your calling. Well, that sucks. We're almost at a break point again. You know, whatever, man. What do we got here? We're creeping along. Age 23. The guns of Illyria. Magra has received alarming news from the neighboring province of Illyria. The lowborn convicts toiling in the Illyrian mines have revolted against their noble masters. For the first time in many long, peaceful years, the commoners have taken up arms. Worse yet, the insurgents had guns and gunpowder. No one knows how they got them. Gunpowder weapons were banned throughout the Empire as soon as they were invented. The lords deemed firearms dishonorable and unfit for nobles. Even Legion soldiers are forbidden from using them. But now gunshots were echoing through the mutinous Illyrian mines. The Imperial Legion was deployed to quell the riot. The Legionnaires slaughtered the rebels without mercy, and the uprising choked to death on its own blood before it had even begun. The south of Illyria is now a forest of gallows. The convicts' corpses were left swaying in the wind as a warning to any commoner who might dare to take up arms. Well, here we go. Cowabunga. Although the rebellion quickly succumbed to the Imperial military's onslaught, many Legion soldiers and officers were slain by the insurgents' firearms. Their steel armor was no match for bullets. The rioters' weapons were destroyed in a public ceremony, but no one knows who built or smuggled them into the mines. Gloria knows. All Imperial overseers soon issued public reminders in their provinces. The punishment for owning a gunpowder weapon is true death by execution. But the Empire is still restless, still anxious. Somehow, guns found their way into commoners' hands, if only for a short time. Could gunpowder and lead one day endanger the old ways of the Empire? They're already endangering it, boy. Authorities of Magra fear that unrest may soon spill over here. Due to the double tax, peasant farms and industrial manufactories are facing harsh times. The province's wealth is steadily declining, but the discontent of the commoners is still held back by the eternal lot that demands they accept their suffering. Well, there we go. Okay, we're gonna have to end it here. It is almost 3 o'clock. That's it for tonight, unfortunately. We will continue this next week. And tomorrow, we are playing the new Sims-like, Enzoy? Some weird name. It is it's made in Korea, apparently. But I am looking forward to making myself and living my worst life in that game. Finding out other ways besides being a medieval judge, how I can ruin my life and everyone else around me. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed this, go and like and subscribe. Share if you think anyone else will enjoy. And have a fantastic Friday, fan gang. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone.